Brandon from Void Radio. We are with Simon from Two Bad Mice.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. Glad I got your name right that time.
It's all good, it's all good.
You enjoying the festival so far, mate?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it was an epic drive to get down here.
Where'd you come from?
We're from Hertfordshire, so it was a long one. But you know, look at where we are.
You've been to Pembrokeshire before?
No. I've done work down in Wales before for my day job, but never this far. I mean, we've played Gotwood quite a few times, which is kind of coast but up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world. So it was worth the drive.
Exactly, and look, we've got picturesque skies at the moment. Summer's really started. How has summer started for yourselves and Two Bad Mice as a whole?
It was wet a few weeks ago at Shindig. I think Shindig was our first festival of the year. Was that right? I'm asking my assistant over there. So yeah, we did an Overshadow, which is our label. We did an Overshadow takeover at Shindig on the Friday night, and that was amazing. We did a Two Bad Mice set, and Sean was with me that night. We had DJ Trax, Foul Play, Nookie, and Roof Royal. So we kind of like went all through all different years and genres, right up to modern D&B. But yeah, it was great fun. And then Saturday, the rain came until Sunday morning. And then I had that other gig in Hitchin that you were at. Yeah. So it was a bit touch and go whether we would get there. But yeah, you know, it's the UK. It started, so yeah, it's great.
That's what it is. We're hoping that the clouds sort of piss off by the end of the weekend and we have a bit more sunshine.
Yeah.
Are you spending a lot more time around here? Are you going to make the most of it?
Yeah, we've had a good nose around. You know, I'm on, I think, 10:30. Erich is on later.
Yeah.
Love what Erich does, so hopefully go and catch that set. And we'll probably have a nose around tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Decide what we want to do.
Awesome, mate, awesome. We spoke about back there in Shindig, you had a lot of different artists from different years of like the hardcore and rave genre as it is. As a hardcore artist as yourself who's been around since what, early 90s, 91?
Yeah, 91 was when we first started producing music. Yeah. Me and Sean we were friends a bit before that through like BMXing and stuff like that. But yeah, 90 sort of started going out. 91 was when we first started talking about producing music.
Wicked. So that's almost like 3 decades working in that genre. How do you feel that as those decades have gone on, it's evolved to where we're at today?
Well, I feel old. But I mean, where it is today, it's in good places and bad places, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because for us to be able to come and be booked to come and play a festival like this, and Shindig and Shambhala and the other places that we're playing this year, we out here is amazing because we made this music 30 years ago. And it's nice to see that, you know, we still hold a bit of relevance. That's great. And watching how the scene's evolved over the last few years has been amazing, especially when some of the new school acts kind of got involved and started making old school hardcore and jungle that had that nostalgic sound and were harking back to that heritage. So, I mean, a big influence for us when we first started getting back into actually producing music was Paul Wolford's Special Request. And if it wasn't for Paul doing the Special Request stuff, you know, I don't know where we would be now, because we may still be gigging and stuff like that, but it had a profound effect on us, the stuff that Paul was doing. And then all the other acts that were coming in around Paul, people like Benton and people like that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's in a good place in some areas at the moment, but I think it's in a bad place in other areas, and that's down to social media and how acts are being projected into certain places that aren't kind of. I don't want to sound really.
Would you say they're not as reflective of the scene itself?
Yeah. I mean, we're in a different world now. We're in a totally different world now. So I understand how big a part social media plays. So I like seeing organic growth in people. And when you look at some of these acts that I've mentioned, how they're doing amazingly in the world, I like that. But then I don't like seeing how social media has sent people skyrocket into places that is a little bit weird for me.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, everybody deserves their 15 minutes of fame, and it's great. You know, everybody's still supporting the scene, but I think it's at a pivotal point at the moment. I really do. You know, there's 40 festivals plus that have jacked it in this year. There's more clubs closing, right? And now we're putting more emphasis on people having TikTok followers and Spotify plays than talent.
Yeah.
And I used to go to raves in the 90s. We didn't even know where the DJ was. We could be in a warehouse. They could be over there. I didn't know where they were.
Didn't know.
It's not people not holding phones up, and there's not some dude going mad behind the decks. And I know, you know, you've always got to pass the baton over to people. I get that. You know, we're old bastards, if I can swear on the radio. But I get it. We have to pass the baton over, and I think it's in safe hands in some areas, and in some areas it's a bit weird. And I think we need to get past this phase and go back to enjoying the music more, because that's what it was all about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one other sort of problem, I don't want to keep it all negative, but
I love it.
He loves a moan.
She'll tell you. I love moaning.
Well, perfect. Another moan for you. Grassroots venues closing, festivals, all this due to rising costs at the moment. What would be your best piece of advice for anyone obviously struggling with that, especially like artists coming through as well? Because it's
a difficult one, because our label has always been about supporting artists, right, and making them make as much money as possible, right, and that's either through selling records, digital downloads, or trying to get them gigs. And Bex is really helping with regards to trying to get the lads gigs and stuff like that. So you don't want to sell yourself short, but you still want to play out, right? But I think a lot of the problems that we've got at the moment is some of like what I would call the top tier artists have got to realise that the more clubs and festivals that shut down, the less piece of the pie there is for them to have, right? So I think a scheme like they've got, I think it's in Germany, where a certain percentage of big arena concert ticket sales and big festival sales gets put back into grassroots venues. I think something like that could be really good. A cut in VAT, and support grassroots venues. If they reach out to you, like a venue's reached out to us recently, and to Becky in particular, support them, try and put nights together for them, and call upon your friends to help you out, because it's the only way they're going to survive at the end of the day. The UK's nothing like Germany and certain other European countries. We would rather build a block of flats on a nightclub, right? Whereas, you know, places like Berghain and stuff like that, and Tresor in Berlin, they've now been made places of cultural importance, and we don't have that in the UK. And it's a shame, really, because you think about how much of an influence the UK has had on dance music around the world. It's nuts.
How would you describe the comparison between the UK rave hardcore scene compared to that worldwide scene? Would you say you have the same sort of reception, same audience, same buzz to it?
It's weird, because we've been lucky enough to go and play around the world. It's weird, everywhere you go. I mean, we absolutely love playing Berlin. We love playing Germany, because we can play stuff that we might not necessarily be known to play in the UK. So, you know, we can let loose a little bit out there. America's always great. We've always loved playing in America, because they picked up on Two Bad Mice really early, and we got an album deal in the States in 1992, 93. And we get to go out and play Orlando every so often. There was a big breakbeat scene in Orlando, and they picked up on Bomb Scare, and we get to go to Los Angeles and stuff. So that's cool. It's different crowds, it's different strokes for different folks, you know. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. You know, in America, it's the first time I've ever seen people breakdancing at our gigs, right? Crazy. But yeah, I mean, we've been really lucky, and you know, most places you go to, everybody loves a bit of rave and jungle. That's the great thing. You know, everybody loves a bit of piano. So yeah, I mean, everywhere we tend to go, different experience, different crowds, but we've been really lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks very much for the conversation today, mate. And,
no worries,
I hope
no
you
worries.
have a good rest of your time at the festival.
Come over
too.
later. I think I'm in there, as it goes.
We'll find you regardless.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. So we're going to be playing a load of old school hardcore, a load of breaks, and maybe for the last half hour, I might play a load of jungle stuff that our label's known for. So, see how it goes.
Wicked. Looking forward to it.
Hopefully everyone won't piss off.
We certainly won't. Thanks, Simon, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank
Have
you.
a good one.